Once upon a time, in a small peaceful village, there lived a man named Arman. Arman was known among the villagers for being clever and hardworking, but he had one flaw: his greed. No matter how much he earned or received, it was never enough. He always wanted more, and his mind was constantly filled with thoughts of wealth and possessions. Arman owned a small piece of land, where he grew vegetables and fruits. The land provided enough for him to live comfortably, and he was respected by everyone for his honesty and work ethic. But Arman wasn't satisfied. He wanted more land, more money, and more treasures. He believed that the more he had, the happier he would be. One day, while walking near the forest, Arman stumbled upon a hidden cave. Inside the cave, he discovered a pile of glittering gold coins, precious gems, and sparkling jewelry. His eyes widened with excitement. He had never seen so much wealth in his life. Without thinking, he started carrying as much as he could, thinking that this treasure would solve all his problems and make him the richest man in the village. Days passed, and Arman became obsessed with the treasure. He would sneak into the cave every night, carrying more and more gold back to his house. At first, he shared none of it with anyone, not even his family. His greed was so strong that he didn't care about the villagers, or the simple life he once cherished. However, the more gold he took, the more restless he became. He could no longer sleep peacefully. Strange noises started coming from the cave at night, echoes of whispers and shadows moving in the darkness. Arman tried to ignore them, thinking that they were only his imagination. But one night, when he tried to take even more treasure, a terrible trap inside the cave closed behind him. He was trapped in darkness, with only the faint sound of the wind echoing through the cave. Terrified and desperate, Arman realized that his greed had led him into danger. He tried to call for help, but no one knew where he had gone. Days turned into nights, and nights into days, yet Arman remained trapped, with only his thoughts for company. He remembered how happy he had been before he found the treasure, how he had enjoyed simple meals with his family, the laughter of children in the village, and the peace of living an honest life. Finally, exhausted and full of regret, Arman promised himself that if he ever escaped, he would change his ways. Miraculously, after 3 days, the trap loosened, and he managed to crawl out of the cave. He returned to his village, weak and tired, but alive. From that day onwards, Arman lived a simple life. He shared what little he had with others, helped the villagers, and never again let greed control his heart. Over time, people noticed the change in Arman. His family was happier, his friends respected him even more, and he felt a joy that no amount of gold could ever provide. He learned a lesson that he would never forget: greed can blind a person to what truly matters, and the pursuit of endless wealth can lead to danger, loneliness, and regret. And so, Arman's story became a lesson for the entire village. Children were taught to work hard, be content with what they had, and never let greed take over their hearts. The villagers remembered that happiness does not come from wealth, but from kindness, generosity, and peace of mind. In the end, Arman lived a long and fulfilling life, sharing his wisdom and teaching everyone that greed is never worth the cost. And whenever anyone asked him about the treasure he had once found, he would simply smile and say, "The greatest treasure is a content heart, not gold." Moral of the story: greed can make a person lose peace and happiness. Being grateful for what we have and living honestly brings true contentment. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share and subscribe.